I was planning on it. They're approved to work on that next week.
Okay, what else you got?
And we have 2 lease. These both are leases that we're turning back in. So there's a grader and a loader, which we're returning a leased grader and a leased loader, just releasing after the 5 years. We have kind of changed things up a little bit with hour-wise on the leases and machine-wise. We went with a little bit smaller grader instead of and we have the past couple graders, so we know we like them and stuff, but they're like a 150 instead of a 160. They still have the power we need. They're cheaper. And then we used to lease on a 5,000 hour schedule for 5 years, and now we're at a 3, and we're coming in right at 3. So we've tightened that up, got them leases in. On our lease deals, right now we're leasing 11 pieces. One's a backhoe. We probably want to purchase that at the end of that one's lease, but these other 10, we've just been figuring on re-upping leases. Kind of working through the numbers, and we can work a little bit more on that. Looking at next year's budget, we'll have more leases that are going to come in next year, whether we lease or purchase, but we kind of talked about it before, just kind of I did a quick, again, on numbers. So for our 10 pieces that we'd like to keep leasing, they're, at today's cost, that'd be about 4,140,000 for them 10 pieces. So if you split that up, and I did it off of like 10 years, your yearly payment would be $414 to get them for the 10 years. And after that 10 years, you could have some equity. I looked at what their equity would be at that many hours, and they're right up onto their major overhaul. So you're looking at like maybe 50,000 is what they would be worth. But then you're going 5 years with no warranty, and you're buying 2 more sets of tires, which are 10,000 a set. So I mean, will you have equity? Will you not? It's a gamble. Right now, if you did we're doing 5 year, and our payment for them 10 pieces is $407. So you're even below that, and you're always on warranty. Both of them, I did them off of just today's prices, because your cost is going to go up as each year goes by, but purchasing costs would go up just like lease price would go up. So you're going to be similar. But if we want to look into more of purchasing or leasing, wherever you guys want to go with that. But right now, I just look at it as what we're paying per hour to run machines. If I need this many machines to run this many hours per year, what does that cost? If I can make it lower, then I don't look at the interest as much. Because if I can pay less per year, will I have equity in the long run? I don't know. You have that option, and you probably would have some equity, but you also got to look at, you're not going to have the warranty the whole time, so that's more work in the shop. Could have unknown costs, stuff like that. So I don't know, it's something for you guys to think about as we keep moving forward of which direction, but that's kind of why we're doing what we're doing right now.
So on these, real quick, which one is the grader, which one's the loader? Because I'm not seeing the description on here for your leases.
So on
which is which?
Front page,
The model 150, 1580 all-wheel drive, what is that one?
the 150 is the grader.
Okay.
So yeah, the model, the 150 all-wheel drive is the grader, and the 950 is the loader.
Okay, and then I don't have the traded equipment.
They're just,
Well, I mean, I just need the equipment that you're trading, so that I can remove them to asset, remove them
yeah,
from insurance.
their serial and everything.
And possibly give you the certificate of titles if we have them. Sometimes you do, sometimes we don't.
Okay.
No, we won't, because they're
They're
term
leased.
leases. Okay, but I still need to know which ones.
Yeah.
If you get those.
Yeah, we try to get that real clear so we don't mess them
Yeah,
up.
and it'll need to be on the resolution too.
Okay, yeah, I can get you them numbers.
I wanted to point out to the board, on the grader, we're gonna be paying $88,873 in interest
Over the life of the
over
lease.
the term of the lease. And on the loader, we're gonna be paying $66,751. So that could be a chunk of money that potentially we could, if we could start buying these, we could save that money, and then Road and Bridge would still have the option to flip them in 5 years. But you'd be saving, you know, $150,000 in interest,
Okay.
154, 155,000.
And I think
Something
one
to think
reason
about.
why we started out a little bit is we're at 25 years old machines, and they were all that way. So to be able to make it work, we couldn't come up with all that upfront money. And I want to thank Commission and everybody that's worked on it to help us. We are pulling out of the hole, and we have a lot of nice newer equipment.
I think we also didn't have management that was stepping up to ask. You guys have done that. I think that could make a difference.
Yeah.
But whatever the board decides to do.
Yeah, I think we're going in a real good direction. Whether we get to where we have a point that we could have the funding to purchase some of these, that'd be great.
Well, I'd like to ask Commissioner Bullock to take that on next year and do a good analysis on that lease versus purchase and see, now that we're kind of caught up. Obviously, we don't have the budget money this year to purchase, but to at least look at that for next year's budget and cycle and go from there.
There's a reason those guys do those leases. They've done all the numbers as well. They know the trade-off.
Oh, yeah, they're.
So it'd be interesting to have a sit-down visit with Caterpillar
Mhm.
and see what their logic is, what their reasoning, and if they've already done some homework.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind having a in-house meeting sometime between now and next year to actually talk to them and see how sharp their pencil is. And go from
Oh, I
there.
appreciate that.
Good with that.
That'd be
So
great.
they've already done some homework. They've got their global, I'm sure they've already done a lot of their due diligence. So is this your recommendation?
Yes, at this time,
It's good enough for me. For right now, it's in the budget.
yes, sir.
Okay, so with that, I'll go ahead and make the motion that we go ahead and authorize and approve the purchases recommended.
Okay, we have a motion. No further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, there you go. Thanks,
And we
Kyle.
were good with whatever, I forgot to kind of say on what Matthew had and John on them. We're good with that. I talked to them about just, them were crossed off. They're fine with it.
Okay. Okay, Matthew.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yes, thanks, Kyle.
Matthew Phillips, HR and Risk Management Director. Before you, I have an application for a bond following the Commission's recent approval to purchase the Kimport Tower. The property will still be owned by Idaho Department of Lands, and so we also need to complete a land use permit for them, which requires a $5,000 bond.
Okay.
So this is just a bond application that needs your signature. Please, I thought I'd crossed out the social security numbers. You don't need to do that. Just if you could both fix your signatures so that we can get that bond moving to continue the previous agreement to get the Kimport Tower in our possession and use.
So do we,
And I don't have a price, but typically bonds are not terribly pricey. I wouldn't think this would be more than a couple $100s. I have to kind of do the application first before I have a bond, but
so does it show them as a loss payee? Do they have to have their name on that bond?
yes, I think it's on the bottom of
Okay.
that application.
Yes, there's that.
Okay.
I forget, are we technically leasing that land up there?
Which land is it?
It's the Idaho Department of Lands that the Kimport Tower sits on. I don't know if we're leasing, but we have to have a land use permit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think this is just,
Right, we're getting some money from somebody else. Okay,
Right.
that's right.
so this is just to help
Just ensuring.
get that land use permit
Gotcha.
effectual, along with the Kimport Tower purchase.
Yes, that's correct. I believe we're leasing the land, but we executed a quit claim on the building.
Right, but I don't think that we're not paying that. Yes, we are. Yeah, we are paying them a portion. How much are we paying them a year? Do you remember? Adam will remember.
Yeah.
But there is,
a
it's not.
amount.
It's
And
not
we're recouping
significant.
that from the fees we're charging other
Yes.
people
And
for
it'll be
it.
lessors
Yes,
Correct.
That's my memory off the top of my head.
that's right.
All right, I just want to make sure I was clear on that, which you didn't help, but that's okay. No, but that's decent.
So if the commissioners are here and are fine with us making that application and perhaps approving me to bind that bond up to a certain amount, I can't imagine it being more than $500. I think it'll be much less than that, really.
Okay. Do you want to make that
Yeah, I
motion?
would, we authorize that we go ahead and apply for the bond up to a maximum of $500.
Okay.
Do you want to say 500, or this has 5,000 on it here?
Well, that's the value of the
premium.
Oh,
bond.
that's the value of it,
Up
okay.
to the premium of $500.
Yes,
Okay.
if it's more than
Annual?
that, I'll let you know.
And that's
I
an
haven't
annual
yet.
premium.
Yes, from my understanding, and I believe this bond is for a 3-year bond to start, so.
Okay. So I assume that's a $500 annual for 3
I
years?
don't have the
or-
exact price of the bond yet. We need to apply for it first.
Okay.
It's kind of a chicken and egg scenario.
Okay, we have a motion. Are you okay with that motion? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, Shanda.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Shanda Crystal, Chief Procurement Officer. I just have a procurement update for you today. I wanted to start with the YDC Event Center office update. We met with our facilities director along with our contractor and our architect all met up there yesterday at 9 a.m. to go through a punch list as far as the building is concerned. And it was a great meeting. It was a great walk around. If you haven't been up there in a little bit, I would get with Zan to go see the progress that they're making. But that has been done, so that was turned back over to them, the contractors, to be able to fix any, dings and paints. And we found Ted Penn's the roof that he wanted to change to metal instead of plastic, and so there were just little tiny things, tweaks like that we're making to it. So that happened yesterday. The curb has been installed if you go up there, and I tried to confirm, but they're supposed to be pouring sidewalks today. So, but I couldn't get somebody, maybe they're all out watching the sidewalk get poured. I don't know, I'm hoping. Because then also we're on schedule to have our asphalt poured on Monday. So, right, as long as everything goes according to plan, that is where we're heading, and then we're looking at doing the final cleaning in the next couple weeks. So again, right, as long as all those punch list items get taken care of and we move forward, they'll be cleaned and ready for moving here pretty quick. So everything's moving along just according to plan, which is great.
So when's a ribbon cutting tentatively set up for?
It was November.
Matt told me November 19th,
Excellent.
but I don't know if that's changed.
Thank you, Matthew.
Okay. You don't anticipate a delay in that, do you?
No,
Okay.
no, but we did want a little time in between getting everybody moved in, right, and that, so that sounds great. But yeah, we should be good to go. If you want to jump over to the dashboard, if we start at the top with Road and Bridge, we do have a storage building. If you'll recall, this is the one going up on the 3rd level out at the Road and Bridge office. That is scheduled to be published tomorrow and for the following week. We are looking at 12 bays in total and having 4 of them enclosed right now. But they have had discussions, and we are building it in a manner, if they ever want to enclose more, they'll already have all of the, we'll have cement over the whole thing and have everything ready, that if they want to enclose additional ones as time goes on, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is, that we'll be able to do that with the additional 8 bays that are left, that are open at the time. On the Event Center, the Master Planning Services, we do anticipate that going live next week. We've had a great discussion going back and forth, again, making some of those details as far as what it is that we're looking for and describing what it is we have. So we anticipate that going live next week. On the Planning and Development, we are doing the RFQ for the plat review. That has been live, and questions are due next Friday on the 17th. Again, for Road and Bridge, the roof replacement was awarded. That contract has been sent out for signature. We've already received their insurance back on that. We've started a new process that I have really liked so far. When we receive those insurances back, before they come to the commission as far as the contract goes for signature, I head them over to Matthew in his office first, just to double check as far as risk management goes, that everything's up and up. I appreciated him taking a look at it and just giving, again, that stamp that, right, they complied with everything that was in the bid and that they are an active, valid company. So that was a great piece as far as before it goes back to the board for signature. We'll have that assurance on there. So But as soon as I get that back, as well as their performance and payment bond, that'll come back before the board. We are still hoping to do it before the weather turns, but again, that'll kind of to see how things play out in the next little bit. The last one I want to do is the landfill, the scale house project. We rejected all bids and went out on open market for them. I just wanted to report back to the board that we did reach out to 14 individuals. We started with those that attended the pre-bid meeting for that project, as well as anybody who had submitted bids for that project. And then we also reached out to a couple of general contractors that the county had experience with in the last little bit that had gone over well, just to see if anybody else was interested. We reached out to the project lead and our engineer as well, just to see if there was anybody else that they might invite to that, and they didn't have any additions, so we were looking forward to that. They have been given a date as the 15th of October to have those bids back to us, so hopefully we've got those quotes. So we're hoping to have a little more information next week on that project. Any questions?
No. Good.
That's all I've got. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. All right, next we have a series of quitclaim deeds that are a result from the tax deed sale we had the other day. Do you need me to read the parcel numbers on all these?
That's
Or-
a great question that I do not know the answer to.
Yes.
Okay, I will read the parcel numbers then. So we have parcel number RPR DDOW 034100. Parcel number RPR 380-301-3208. Parcel number RPR PSNS 003000. Parcel number RPR PSNS 003100. And parcel number RPPOC 309800. And the last one, parcel RPR 426-501-0403. I would entertain a motion to sign the quitclaim deed.
I would make a motion that we sign all the parcels that have been stated, signing the quitclaim deeds.
We have a motion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. And with that, we are to the consent agenda. Any questions on the consent agenda?
I didn't see anything. With that, I'll make the motion that we approve the consent items on the consent agenda.
Okay, we have a motion. No further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Let's go down to Jason. Okay, with that, we will stand adjourned. Oh, no,
Want to do the consent agenda?
we just did.
Oh, sorry.
They did it.
I was listening. I'm telling someone you're panicking about the quitclaim deeds, and so I'm emailing Jennifer, or
Did we?
Christie. Sorry.
Are you okay with where we're at?
Yeah, didn't mean to wake you up.
No, I'm emailing. I'm not multitasking.
Okay,
Very
okay.
well.
So then we are now adjourned.